All right, everyone, welcome. Today, we are diving headfirst into the absolute scariest experiences that virtual reality has to offer for 2026. And look, this isn't just another horror list. VR horror, it's just different. It gets under your skin. Let's talk about why.
This quote from oVRview just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It gets right to the heart of what makes VR horror so potent. You can't look away. There's no screen separating you from whatever's in there with you. You are in the world, and that belief, even for a split second, is where the real fear starts.
Okay, so just a quick warning before we go any further. We are about to get into some seriously intense stuff here. Deeply unsettling themes, real psychological horror, the whole deal. So please, know what you're getting into. Viewer discretion is definitely advised. Now, with that out of the way, let's start the countdown.
Kicking things off at number 5, we have a game that does something truly brilliant and terrifying. It takes the one thing you're doing constantly, breathing, and it turns it into a weapon that can be used against you. This one is all about the fear of making a sound. Yep, it's made of ScarVR from Wales Interactive. This is a survival horror game that's just steeped in this incredible, creepy Welsh folklore. The whole idea is simple. The things hunting you are blind. They hunt by sound. So you show up at this remote hotel in 1898, and let's just say you can tell right away that something is very, very wrong. So here's the hook, and it's absolutely genius. These enemies, the quiet ones, can't see you. So your only defense is to be completely silent. You have to sneak through the shadows, and when one gets close, you literally have to press a button to cover your mouth and hold your breath in the game, which, trust me, means you're holding your breath in real life too. It's this slow, agonizing tension that makes it a perfect, if scary, way to dip your toes into VR horror. All right, coming in at number 4 is a game that messes with your head in a totally different way. This one isn't about sound, it's about scale. It uses VR to make you feel completely and utterly powerless, like a tiny insect in a world of giants. Released back in April of 2026, we're talking about Little Nightmares VR Altered Echoes. And let me be clear, this is not just some VR port of the original. This is a brand new experience built from the ground up to plunge you right into that famously grotesque and unsettling world. So the real magic trick here is how it plays with your perception of size. You're no longer just controlling a little character running from some huge monster on your TV. No, you are that little character. And when these grotesque creatures are physically towering over you in VR, it is just an overwhelmingly real and suffocating feeling. It's true helplessness. So our number 3 pick, well, it's not even an official VR game, but that's what makes it so incredible. It's so good, so terrifying that the community made it happen. And it's widely considered one of the greatest anxiety simulators ever made. It's all about the terror of being hunted by one perfect organism. Of course, I'm talking about Alien Isolation, but specifically with the absolutely legendary fan-made Mother VR mod. Seriously, this mod doesn't just let you play a classic horror game in VR, it transforms it into something else entirely. It's the benchmark for what VR terror can be. And that Reddit comment right there, it's the perfect description. This game is not about jump scares. It's about a constant, gnawing dread. It's the feeling of being stalked by one of the most iconic movie monsters of all time. Alien Isolation isn't trying to scare you from moment to moment. It's trying to wear you down until you break. The real horror comes from the AI. See, the xenomorph isn't just following a script. It learns. Hide in rockers too much? It'll start checking them. Use that noisemaker to distract it? It'll figure that out. You can hear it crawling in the vents right over your head. And in VR, when you physically lean your head to peek around a corner and it's just standing there, that feeling is absolutely paralyzing. Our runner-up for the scariest VR game is just a masterpiece of claustrophobic, right-in-your-face survival horror. It comes from a legendary series, and it traps you in a house with a family. A family you will not forget. Ever. It had to be on the list. It's Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I mean, many people consider this one of the best horror games ever made, period. But playing it in its official PSVR mode or with the incredible PCVR mod, that is without a doubt the definitive, most pants-wettingly terrifying way to experience this story. RE7 just locks you in this filthy, rotting mansion with the Baker family. And the horror here is so personal, so up close.
The feeling of Jack Baker grabbing you, smashing through a wall right in front of your face, being chased down these narrow, disgusting hallways. In VR, it's not a cutscene. It's happening to you. It is an absolutely unforgettable, heart-stopping nightmare. So, we've dealt with fear of sound, fear of scale, pure anxiety, and brutal survival. But our number one game, it's something else. It's not about what's chasing you. It's a game that gets inside your head. It finds the little cracks in your mind and just pries them open. So here it is, taking the number one spot as the scariest VR horror game of 2026 is a title that players consistently describe as being on a whole different level of psychological mess. There's a reason this one has become a legend. This is Madison VR. From Bloodiest Games, this game is so soaked in pure, unadulterated dread that it's earned a reputation for being one of the most genuinely terrifying things you can experience in any medium. Period. And really, is there any better endorsement for a horror game than that? A game that is so effective, so relentless, that it makes people who love horror just quit. They tap out. It doesn't just give them a thrill, it gives them an ordeal. It genuinely breaks them. So what makes Madison so scary? It's not about constant monsters. It's about building a suffocating atmosphere of dread until you can't take it anymore. The world changes when you're not looking. Things move, and your only tool is an old instant camera. You take a picture in the dark, and the flash reveals things you really, really wish you hadn't seen. This psychological pressure is just relentless. Okay, so after running through all of that, the big question is, where do you even begin? Which of these nightmares is the right one for you? Let's break it down, because picking the wrong starting point could scar you for life.
Look, if you're new to this whole VR horror thing, do yourself a favor and ease in. Start with the atmospheric tension of Maid of Sker or the unique, creepy world of Little Nightmares. But if you're a pro, if you're looking for that next level scare, jump into the raw survival of Resident Evil 7, and then, when you're ready, the deep psychological torment of Madison is waiting for you at the very top of the mountain.
And that's really what all these games ask, isn't it? They prove that in VR, horror isn't just something you're watching, it's a place you're actually going. So the only question left is, are you going to make it back? Thanks for watching.